Hello Internet, I am back and I have some more videos for you to watch with your very eyeballs if you choose to. Now, I've got some NPA games from the Nugget Bridge thing that's going on, and I've got some videos from the Manchester tournament that was a couple of weekends ago as well, so I've got some things to have a look at, and things on this channel hopefully are going to start to become a little bit more channel-like. I'm going to start hopefully doing regular uploads. I'll get these all scheduled to go up, hopefully one video at a time, one video a day. And so hopefully it'll be a bit more of a constant stream of nice videos instead of just a lump of videos as I've uploaded in the past. But this first video is against my good friend Lee from the UK over here, also known as Osirus, who actually top cut Worlds this year, so you know, well done to him. He's done very well this year. And this was the first game of the NPA that we played. Now, it was a bit strange, I suppose, going into this game because I knew his Worlds team, and I'm sure he knew my team, as I'd won the Invitational with it. So we could have maybe tried to counter team each other, but I think we just wanted to see how it would play out with our proper teams. So we didn't do any shenanigans like that. We just wanted to get straight into it and see how it would go. We obviously both felt confident enough in our teams to get the win, but this is how it turned out. So I knew his Zapdos was Scarfed, and so this first game I obviously decided to lead with my Aegislash and a Azumarill, because thinking if he was to lead like this, then I can wide guard, because I know he's got Discharge, and I know he's got Thunder, but maybe, well, I don't know if he would bring the Rain or not. Maybe not, considering that I've got Tyranitar. But I thought that I can have Raichu in the back if he locks himself into Volt Switch or Thunder. Then I can bring Raichu in, and it's safe from those attacks. And if it decides to discharge, then I'm safe with the wide guard. So that was my thinking going into this. Obviously, it's protected from the earthquake as well. Garchomp cannot touch Azumarill when I'm wide guarding on the field. So this first turn, he obviously decides that his Garchomp actually is pretty useless here, and he brings his Mawile in for the Intimidate. And I think, bear with me because this game was a while back. Yeah, I think I take a very cautious turn one, and I protect both of my Pokemon. Yeah, because I want to see what he does lock himself into. So very cautious, feeling each other out, and he goes for the Volt Switch. So I don't know if he will expect me to have brought my Raichu, because I do tend to lead with it if I bring it. But I thought, I'm not going anywhere. I need to get some momentum. So I bring the Talonflame in to threaten his Mawile, thinking that he has to target that Azumarill to stop it from getting a free belly drum, basically. And I bring in the Raichu, so I double switch, thinking that, well, he's either going to Volt Switch into my Raichu, or he's going to switch that Zapdos out, and I'm going to get a free switch anyway. So hopefully, in case he doesn't get a critical hit or something nasty with this Player Up or Iron Head onto the Talonflame slot, I should hopefully get a bit more momentum, but it does a lot of damage. This is how frail Talonflame is, and I'm not in a good situation here. He is, well, what is he doing? I mean, he's withdrawing his Mawile, which probably should have actually signaled to me that he didn't have Sucker Punch, because I do learn in the future he doesn't have Sucker Punch there, so he's not threatened. I don't think he has Sucker Punch either. Or maybe he does. I don't know, I'm not sure, I can't remember. I think actually he does have Sucker Punch. But, anyway, but he's playing really cautiously now. I think I'm pretty worried about this Mawile, and so I don't know, a bit of a silly move, I suppose, and go for this double target, the fake out and Flare Blitz onto it, obviously just hoping that he wouldn't protect. And he protects his Garchomp there, probably fearing a Brave Bird and Hidden Power Ice combination, maybe. So we're playing quite tentatively. We're feeling each other out, but this Talonflame is almost going down now. Next turn though, I decided, okay, let's start playing this game, and I actually Flare Blitz what was the Garchomp slot, and I Hidden Power Ice it, thinking that the combination of Flare Blitz and Hidden Power Ice might knock out the Garchomp, but it seemed like he would have withdrew it because he was fearing the Encore, which obviously I do have, and I nailed this Zapdos on the way in. Because I do have Raichu, Zapdos wasn't maybe my #1 priority to take care of, but at least that is one thing down, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. But I'm still in quite a sticky situation, because I've lost my Talonflame now, and he has still got his Mawile, and it comes back in now. So, what do we do here? I'm in a bit of a sticky situation. I Encore this Tyranitar because I don't want it to go for a crunch or an assurance, as it turns out that it has got, onto my Aegislash, because that is probably what, in my mind, that I was thinking that was the main thing that he had on the field right now to threaten my Aegislash. But it turns out he's actually got Fire Fang, which does a chunk. There's like 60% there, but it actually activates my weakness policy as well, and I think I target the Tyranitar here, which probably wasn't the best decision, considering the Mawile is a threat, and I have only got a Azumarill in the back. And I would much rather have my Azumarill against a Tyranitar than a Mawile, to be honest. So that could have gone better for me, but maybe I was predicting his Mawile to protect, who knows. But now, this is, let's just pause it, this is a very interesting position, because these are the last two Pokemon that both of us have got, so there's not going to be any switching, and his Garchomp cannot touch my Azumarill when I've got Wide Guard, basically, and he cannot Earthquake while he's got Mawile on the field. So this turn, actually, I predicted him to protect his Mawile and go for the Earthquake, I think, so that I could get a free Belly Drum off, but he actually uses Sucker Punch, and I get this free Belly Drum, and so that turn went perfectly for me. My back was right against the wall, and now all of a sudden it's not, but I'm not out of the woods yet, because a +6 Aqua Jet I never bank on one-shotting a Mega Mawile. So I don't actually know why he did use Sucker Punch there. If he wasn't Earthquaking, then he should have really targeted the Azumarill. So maybe neither of us are making the absolute best plays here. But now the mind games really start, because my Azumarill is a big threat now, and I thought he probably would go for the Earthquake with the Protect on his Mawile this turn, because he can't mess around. He is probably thinking that a +6 Aqua Jet would knock his Mawile out. That's probably a calculation that people don't usually have on the top of their head, but I do, because I obviously use Azumarill, and so I'm not banking on this Aqua Jet to knock it out. And so I actually go for the Wide Guard. He does go for the Earthquake. I actually go for the Play Rough on the Mawile, because Play Rough actually does more damage, doesn't it? We've got Aqua Jet, which is base 40, goes up to 60 with the same type bonus. And then we've got Play Rough, which is 90 up to 135, which halved, being resisted, is just over 60, isn't it? So it's actually a little bit more powerful. So I was actually banking that turn on getting a Play Rough to hit this Mawile and knock it out. That was what I was hoping for that turn. Sandstorm goes out now, and this turn again, the mind games. So many mind games here, because I know he cannot protect his Mawile this turn, so he probably isn't going to go for the Earthquake. My Aegislash is pretty vulnerable out there in Blade form as well, so I think I'm actually pulling the bluff here, and I'm just going to straight out attack for it. He could Sucker Punch my Aegislash here, but he chooses not to. He wants to get the Rock Slide and the Play Rough onto my Azumarill to knock it out, because that is the problem here. So he does target the Azumarill, and I get my nice +2 Shadow Ball onto the Mawile, and the relief there. you know, that turned out perfectly for me, and then he just forfeits because you know, I can just keep wide guarding, and Azumarill is perfectly safe there. So those last few turns, there was a lot of mind games, so many mind games, but I managed to play through that, you know, pretty much perfectly. And that was game 1 of this best of 3. I thought that was such an intense game. That was actually a really enjoyable game as well. So we'll say goodbye for now, because we have got, probably tomorrow, as I start using this special scheduled feature, tomorrow we will have game 2 of this best of 3. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. Goodbye for now.